One of my players went from 0 college coaches' responses to 5 calls in 1 week. And it did not happen because of luck. It happened because of these 3 small changes anybody can make. And before we get started, my name is Evan Mendoza. I was overlooked in high school too, but I still was able to manage a D1 scholarship to NC State as a two-way player. And I got drafted by the St. Louis Cardinals and later got traded to the San Diego Padres. Now I help high school baseball players build real exposure to get noticed by these college baseball coaches. So change number 1, we need to clean up our highlight video. No more wide angle GoPro videos, no game changer videos from the top down that are pixelated and are completely raw and unedited. This highlight video is a great representation on the prep work that we're doing and showcasing that professionalism to these college coaches. The lack of editing, the lack of care to these college coaches ultimately will lead to coaches that are not watching your highlight videos and emails that are being sent out that are completely lost in the void. We don't need a 10-minute highlight video. We don't need a 5-minute video. We don't even need a 2-minute highlight video. What we really want to do is create an action-packed 30-second highlight video that showcases all parts of our game, and most importantly, the things that we do the best. Don't hide the things that we do the best. I just had one of my students last night on our onboarding call. He sent over his highlight video and he stole home, and that clip was one of the last clips that he included in his highlight video. I said, bro, what are we doing? You're an athletic shortstop. Let's put that in the front. Let's also throw that defensive clip that you put towards the tail end of the video of you throwing on the run on a slow roller. Let's put that as the second clip because that's showcasing your athleticism, which is obviously a driving factor for you in the college recruiting process. And then he was like, oh yeah, that kind of makes sense, right? So how we develop this recruiting video is very important because again, if this college coach, for example, let's just say I'm a college coach and I watched his highlight video and I clicked away at the 5 or 10-second mark and I never saw him steal home. I never saw him make that slow roller play on the run. What kind of player is he? It's hard to tell, right? Because I wouldn't know, and it's hard to tell when you haven't seen the complete picture. So that's the importance of cleaning up your highlight video and compacting all of that to make it action-packed. So that way these college coaches have a true understanding of who you are as a player. They're able to, what I always like to say, you have a blank canvas in front of these college coaches. They want to be able to paint a picture of who you are. And if we're not able to really paint that picture for them, they're gonna have a very stick figure painting.
Real quick, if you have a son in 10th, 11th, or 12th grade who wants to play college baseball, listen up. At the Mendoza Baseball Academy, I built a triple play with the physical development, mental toughness, and a recruiting system that gets players noticed. And it's 100% remote, so no missed school, no wasted travel, just real results from home while your son works one-on-one with me. Click the link below to learn more and book a call with either myself or a team member today.
All right, so change number 2 is personalized email outreach and direct outreach to these college coaches. So no more using these recruiting services or databases or platforms that require you to message these, coaches on their platform. And I always like to kind of put this into perspective, guys. Like, I don't necessarily use YouTube a ton to check in on comments. I do create content for you guys to be able to see what I'm all about and my teaching styles and all that fun stuff, and be able to provide you as much value as possible. So if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe. But one thing that I always like to say is on Facebook, I don't use it a ton, right? I don't check my email a ton. I don't check, like I said, YouTube comments a ton, but if you do comment, I'll probably come to it at some point in time. But either way, it really, the weakest link in this chain, so to speak, is what platform do I not use, right? So if there's a high school baseball player really wanting to come to my college, my university, and you guys are messaging me on Facebook, which again, like, I don't really check too much, why in the world would we be doing that if I'm not checking it? So we have to meet these coaches in the platform or in the sphere of the world that they are living in. And I'm gonna be transparent with you guys. Every single college coach has an email for the reasons of making sure that they are developing their recruiting lists, right? They want to have a juicy recruiting list of a pool of talent, so that way they don't have to be in search of a certain player in the last minute. Let's say one of their players transfers or decommits. They want to have a huge list to be able to circle back to some of those players. It's not just about being a huge part of a huge list, though. We want to be part of that short list. So how do we get part of that short list? It's through that direct and personalized reached out. It's through that direct and personalized outreach to these college coaches in a professional manner. Again, we want to showcase our professionalism on all the preparation that we're doing beforehand, so that way we're making it as easy as possible for these college coaches to paint that picture of who we are. And by the way, if you are copying and pasting the same email template to every single college coach, just stop. Just stop doing that right away. I don't want you to do that anymore. If you are doing that, they are going to get that same feeling that you get with all the spammed camp invites that say that they're invite only from Perfect Game, PBR, or any of the college camps that you became part of their list because you signed up for something, whether it was a Perfect Game tournament or you just signed up through any of the databases. So yeah, when you get that unpersonalized message, maybe just your first name is personalized. Guys, these are not personalized emails at all. They're just trying to sell you a camp spot, a roster spot, and grab the $600 or $1,000 it takes for this specific showcase or camp. So again, you don't really feel like it's personal. And again, if we're just sending unpersonalized copy and paste email, it's gonna give them the same feeling as well, that they're not special. So we need to make sure that they feel incredibly special in that whole process, so that way they have a true understanding that you did a little homework, you did that, research on what kind of player they were or what kind of coach they have been, what's their track record, what school did they coach at the beginning of their career. If you do that research and you include a personalized sentence to start off the email, higher open rate, higher click rate, all of the above. All right, change number 3 that we did with this one student is stay consistent on social media. So this is posting at least once a week and ideally posting one clip. It doesn't have to be a highlight video every single video that we post. So if it's a video, it can be just one single clip of you hitting in game. It could be a game highlight. It could be cage work. If it is cage work, probably include a couple more swings. But at the end of the day, if you hit off of hit tracks and you hit a ball 105 miles an hour, record that one swing, guys. It's one swing and click post. It doesn't have to be a long, edited, huge video where you have to do graphics and music, and just don't overthink it. Just click post. You will get better over time. And these college coaches, yes, they do have an expectation that you will get good at social media because, again, it's another form of showcasing that professionalism to these college coaches. So yeah, those 3 small tweaks completely flipped his exposure. So if you or your son is serious about getting noticed by college baseball coaches, go down below in the description to learn a little bit more about myself and my triple play system. Head over to my website, MendozABaseballAcademy.com, check out that video on that page and apply to work with me and book your eligibility review. On your eligibility review, we'll see like where you're currently at, we'll see where you're trying to go, and we'll see if there's even that gap that we can even help out with, whether you join the program or not. And if you found this helpful, make sure to share this over with your player. Sometimes these messages are exactly what he needs to hear in his high school baseball journey.